you are so incredibly worthy. In fact, you will never be more worthy than you are right now. More loved or more worthy than you are in this very moment right now. You don't need more healing. You don't need to learn the law better. You don't need to understand things better. You don't need to have more counseling. You don't need to go on a journey of self-growth and healing. You don't need to do more self-love. You don't need to do anything to be worthy, okay? And honestly, we grow up thinking we have to prove our worthiness, right? We have to, we prove our worthiness in so many ways, like getting good grades or doing well in sports or, through our achievements, right? And no matter if we had the most well-meaning parents in the whole world, like, you still get some sort of, they still will kind of imprint you with the fact that you need to do something to be worthy, right? They still give you accolades for being good at something, or they still give you that sort of reinforcement that you need to do something to be worthy. But the truth is, you literally don't need to do anything to be worthy. You are literally as incredibly loved and as worthy as you can possibly be in this very moment, simply because you exist, okay? That's the literal truth, okay? And you don't even need a degree. You don't need 3 degrees. You don't even need 1 degree. Sounds like a bad boy band, but you don't need to do anything. You don't need to get anything or accomplish anything to be worthy, okay? It's just simply that you exist, simply that you are here now on the earth. That is enough, okay? And that is something we need to really know deep down and really imprint within us, so that we can literally feel this type of deep worthiness, because then literally everything's easier, So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Hello, I'm Elis and Corey, and we are talking about worthiness, self-concept, and how it all goes together. And I'm going to talk about how I changed my self-concept and what happened when I changed it, or just not really how, but more just motivation on changing self-concept and what actually occurred when I changed it. Okay, so it's going to be really informative, hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up so I don't see anything. So I just want to say also, because you are so worthy and so loved, your simple desire for something or anything means it's yours to have. It also means it's meant for you. Just the simple fact that you can think of it, that it is in your mind, that you can literally conjure it up in your mind, actually means that it's already yours and it already exists, okay? So that is such a good key point here that, we forget sometimes, right? Even I forget this, right? Just the simple fact that you can have the desire in your mind, that it can even just be, you can think of it or visualize it, or you can know that you want it, means that it, one, exists fully, it's already happening, and also that you're meant to have it, both of those things. So that should give you this baseline of just knowingness, these are yours, everything you want is already yours. This is for you, you are meant to become this person in this lifetime. I've said that before, but it's the truth, okay? So I am going to I just also wanted to say about self-concept, if you can just change into knowing your worthiness, that's also something that works, right? If you can just literally take what I just said and really internalize that and really work from that baseline of knowingness that you are the worthiest, just simply because you exist, and you are so incredibly loved and so incredibly worthy, and you don't need anything to tell yourself that. You just know it, and you can imprint that without doing self-concept work. Then do that, right? If you can do that, right? Because it's really this worthiness belief and this kind of like building yourself, knowing your worthiness, can grease the wheels of everything else, right? It like makes things easier, which is what I've said about self-concept as well, right? When you do self-concept work, you will be able to create the best life ever. Like, I will stick to saying that in every single video, just definitely just repeating that, because it's literally the grease that helps you have the worthiness, right? It helps remind you, and it's not like you're getting worthiness, you already have it, right? Is the key, right? Self-concept work just makes you know your worthiness, right? It just reveals the fact that you're already worthy to yourself, right? It just helps you know it. It's not that, which is a really good point. It's not that you become any more worthy. No, you're already the most worthy you could possibly be right now, just from merely existing, okay? So that's a really good starting point for what I'm gonna continue saying about self-concept. You really need to know you are already worthy. It's just simply that self-concept work will allow you to see your worthiness, right? It will make you know your worthiness beyond anything, beyond a shadow of a doubt, which is what will help you create anything. It'll help give you the confidence to literally make massive shifts in your life, which is exactly what I've done in my life, right? So I speak from experience. I would not be making these videos if I didn't know this like I know it, right? This is like something I just have so much faith and trust in, because I've done all this stuff, and I've literally made such massive changes in every single area of my life. Basically, when I literally looked at every area and was really honest about where I really needed work, what my true beliefs were about those specific areas, like friends, family, love life, money. I had a really bad money self-concept. I had fighting in my love life. Like, I had a lot of things to fix, and even health, and I'm going to do a video on health self-concept as well. But I literally, I just had a lot to, that I wanted to change so that I could live a better life, right? So that's what I'm teaching here. So let's see where I'm at. 7 minutes. I'm trying not to make this too long. So I'm going to go into what I actually experienced when I changed my self-concept. And these are just some shifts to get you to see how powerful it is. Not everything, obviously. It's not an all-inclusive list, because that would take probably like 2 hours, maybe, something like that. So anyway, I'm saying here, like, if you can know and embrace your worthiness without self-concept work, do it. Okay, I just said that, but I'm just going to tell you how it has changed mine. Okay, so if you can just embrace that you're just worthy, and you accept you're incredibly loved and worthy just simply because you exist, then do that. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm going to start with. So my self-concept work that changed me drastically. These are the things I noticed. Okay, so I trusted my decisions more. Like I said in the last video, like, I was really able to literally, once I decided on a new belief, I was like more trusting of that, right? I didn't waver as much. Now, we're all humans, so I did still waver, right? But not as much. I had more self-trust. Okay. Another thing that happened was things that I wasn't even trying to change actually happened. Like, I wasn't like consciously trying to change a lot of the little things that happened. Here's some things that, just even from like the smallest little things, and this is actually a small thing that I'll say anyway, but even just my mole right here, people used to think it was either a zit or a wart, and now no one thinks that anymore, right? It's like just a simple, that's like the tiniest little like example, but it's a good like indicator of up leveling, right? And you can notice this when you do self-concept work. You'll notice these little tiny up leveling things that you didn't even try to change that now are suddenly shifted, right? Another example of something small that indicates a lot to me was I used to, ever since I just got a hold of a box of bleach, I would dye my hair like constantly, and I liked lighter hair. I was like, oh no, black hair is like not pretty, right? I thought it was like ugly, right? I was like, ugh, black hair, it's like gross. But now that my self-concept is good, I like my natural hair color, and it's been my natural color for like a while now. But that's like little things that you just don't really kind of go under the radar, but they're indications of you just valuing yourself, worthiness, just like accepting yourself, all of that stuff. Okay, so another thing, the next thing actually I have here is I accepted myself more. I was just like, this is me, you know. I really just like found my worth in self-acceptance, and like I've spoken about radical self-acceptance, right, where you just fully accept yourself, which is an amazing feeling. You know, I can't even fully probably describe the feeling of like really fully accepting yourself. But that's another thing that happens, that it just feels so good, right? It just feels so good to fully accept yourself on your bad days and your good days, and when you're not feeling good, and just, you know, being your own best friend and knowing what to give yourself, and just accepting yourself no matter what, right? And that's so important. Okay, I can't even like stress that enough, how much that's really given me this like baseline of feeling, feeling just good in my life, and just feeling content and like not nervous, you know, like the nervousness and like the anxious doing mind settled down, because I was just like, I'm good, I'm worthy, you know, like when you feel worthy, you don't have to do much, right? You just like, this is me. You just show up and you know you're going to be good, right? You show up and you just know this is me. I can be myself, right? And know that yourself is good enough. Like, you naturally is good enough. Okay, that was kind of a long one, but I felt like I had to explain that one. Okay, so another one was comfortable in my own skin, which kind of goes along with that, right? I used to feel bad if my hair was greasy or my face was like broken out, right? I would think like, oh, I can't leave the house if I have zits everywhere. And I would just get really broken out sometimes, like with hormones and things. And now I don't care at all. Like, I'm just like, yeah, this is me today. Like, I got sweats on, I got no makeup, I got greasy hair, I got zits everywhere, like, you know. And I really just accept this is me. This is one part of me. This is an aspect of me, and I'm not like scared of that. I'm not scared of any part of me, right? Like, I'm just like, even around friends, going to the store, like I used to stay at home when I had zits, or like I would stay isolated when I didn't feel good, or when I didn't feel like I looked good, or I would just be like down and out. And now I still do stuff when I don't feel great, right? I'm just like, this is me today. I'm not high energy, I'm just low energy, and that's fine. Like, that's a part of me. So fully accepting yourself and being comfortable in your skin, it's a huge one that changed. Okay, and this is like, these are some extremely massive changes that I think like are really valuable for everyone, you know. So this is what self-concept has really done for me. And then let's see, better able to recognize and say no to things, right? So being able to say no and respecting yourself, and not always being a yes person, right? I was always like thinking, oh, if I say no, they're not going to like me, or like they're going to be disappointed. And I was always afraid of disappointing people. And that was part of what my anxiety was, right? I really need to do worthiness affirmations about like people accepting me no matter what, you know, and just like being loved and valued and cherished. Those were some of my self-concept affirmations. This is just really, I did basically more general self-concept affirmations, right? Just being loved, worthy, accepted for who I am, things like that, right? And these are the changes that came from that sort of general self-concept work. So I valued my time more. I don't have to be perfectionist. Okay, that was a big one too. Like, I used to always think like, oh no, I have to make this perfect before I let people see it, or before I present it to people, like my school projects or any kind of like art project I was doing, because I love painting, I love doing ceramics, I love stuff like that, and I would always have to like make everything perfect. And now I do not have that like drive for perfection anymore. I just literally, because I know my worthiness and have done self-concept work in order to know my worthiness, I'm like, this is me, I did this, it's good no matter what. Like, I know if I show up, it's going to be good, because I inherently know my worthiness. Does that make sense? Like, you're not having to be perfect. You're not having to force yourself to be this like super perfect person. Like I used to do everything trying my, like really stringing myself out, really kind of like wrecking myself just to be perfect, right? And I do not do that anymore. I'm just like, just because I showed up, I'm good, you know? So it totally changed the way I see everything, right? Just that was a huge one too. And then, yeah, okay, so this, I actually expanded upon that. So just know I'm going to be good and do a good job because I showed up for whatever it is, like for friends, for work, for my parents, for my sisters, just anybody that I'm like trying to show up for. I just know the way I am right now is good enough. I don't need to change anything. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to like try to say the right things. I can just be me. I can just be honest. And actually that's the next one, is like being fully honest with who you are and being able to express yourself really comes from this deep self-concept work, because you're not afraid of people's reactions. You're not afraid of what people will say about you. None of that. You're fully available for yourself, fully ready to express yourself. And it's really amazing when you get to that point. Okay. And I want this for everybody. Like, you guys all deserve to have this sort of the best self-concept, the highest self-esteem, to know your full worthiness. Like, this is why I'm doing this channel, to like help do this, because when I started doing this self-concept work, no one was talking about it like 10 years ago. It really wasn't on YouTube. Like, I had no one to watch. I was just knowing how important it was for myself, and like did all of this stuff on my own because I just inherently knew I could see the changes, and the smallest changes gave me motivation to keep doing it. So hopefully I'm giving you motivation to keep doing, to do it in the first place, and then to keep doing it. And then let's see what else I said. Oh, okay, I'll end with this one. And there's so much more, but I'm trying not to make this video crazy long. But I just wanted to say, the thing that my friends who would say the most about me is, I have no embarrassment. That's the thing they comment on the most, right? Like, they would literally be like, you have no embarrassment. Like, you don't care what anyone thinks. And that's true. That happened from having a really high self-concept and working on my self-concept. I really don't care. And it's just me living large, being fully expressed, feeling expansive, knowing my worth. All of that makes me have no embarrassment. Like, I'm just like, this is me today. I'll wear like I can tell you some stories, and maybe if you guys want stories about me never being embarrassed and or videos, let me know, and maybe I'll make a part 2 about like the fact that I just don't care, and I'm just like, cool, like I'll do whatever and I'm never embarrassed. So it's one of those like just funny things that has come from having a really high self-concept. Okay, so I'll end with that one. I didn't want to make this too long, but there is like a last comment that I will make. I want to leave you with this. So I want you to think about, are you prepared? Are you knowing? Where are your expectations for whatever you're affirming for, whatever you're visualizing, whatever you're stepping into, whatever person you're being? Are you prepared for that? Like, if you keep saying, he invites me over all the time, is your hair greasy? Like you're staying in? Like you're definitely staying home? Or is your hair fully washed? Like you are prepared for whatever you're affirming for. That's another, like, this is just such a good, just check in. It's a way to check in with yourself. So that's what I'll leave you with. Just check in to see, like, are you prepared for what you are being, who you're being now, the new you? Are you prepared for the new you to come true, right? Like, if he actually does invite you over, are your legs shaved? Did you dye your mustache? Like, did you bleach your mustache? I bleached mine like 2 days ago, but like, you know what I mean? So it's like, are you prepared? If you like, do you have your most amazing outfit you're going to wear on your first day of your amazing job? Do you have the things you're going to buy and the investments you're going to make when you get your $1 million? You know, like, are you actually prepared for what you are stepping into, for what you're being? Because it's really about being that, right? Okay, so I'll leave you with it. I don't want to make this too long. Okay, bye guys. If you want coaching, just email me, and also email me your success stories too. I'd love to hear them. I'm going to be doing a success story video at some point as well. So if you loved it, thumbs me up. And If you love Neville and changing your life and transformation, stick around. I'd love to have you guys. So bye guys.